Welcome to another insightful breakdown of clean code principle. I'm Akash Savant, and today we will be going to get deeper into the chapter 4 of a clean code book, which focuses on the comments. So you might think that what's wrong on the comments? Well, this chapter reveals a lot about how comments, although sometimes useful, are oftenly misused. Let's explore why writing expressive code is better than relying on the comments, and how we can transform the bad code practices into the clean, well documented code. All right. So first we will be going to discuss about the agenda first, what we'll be going to cover in this particular videos and all the stuffs. So you will be going to understand what we'll be going to discuss. Okay. All right. So first of all, we'll discuss about the agenda first, then we'll go dive deeper into it. So first we'll discuss the agenda. In the agenda part, we first will discuss about introduction to chapter 4 comments. Okay. Obviously, we're going to understand chapter 4, what a comment is all about. That will be going to discuss. Okay. So I hope this got some clarity. Okay. Then we'll try to understand what is a problem with the comments. Okay. What is the problem with the comments? We'll try to understand, then we'll move forward with the case study. What is the problem with comments? So at the third part, we'll try to understand real world use cases with the Zepto and ETMoney. Real world use cases with Zepto and ETMoney. All right. So then we'll try to understand a little bit code snippets with Python. What are the bad examples and good examples? We're going to dive deeper into the code snippets. Okay, so you will get glimpse of it, like how the things you have to think about it. Code snippet, Python or JavaScript. Okay, like one case study we will going to discuss about Python. Another use case we will be going to discuss about the JavaScript. So you will try to understand how you should think about it. Okay, so then at the last, what you will be going to learn, fifth part, is how to think about the clean code, think about a clean code in software development. Okay, so that part you will try to understand. Okay, so let me know in comment section below, folks, in what kind of a thing sectors that you have to think about it, and all other stuffs. Okay, so bonus tip here is, last bonus tip is, you will understand which are the extensions that we can use in VS Code and IntelliJ that for writing the better comments in Python, Java, or whatever, whatnot, maybe. Okay, so this will bonus tip is like, we'll try to explore the VS Code extensions at the last. Okay, so let me know and comment down below, folks, like, are you curious to know about various sectors, how we can write the better comments, and with the proper examples, how we can use this particular extension and what not all about. Okay, so we understood like what we'll be going to discuss in the agenda part. Then we'll try to discuss about other stuffs now. So now let's break down like this thing. We'll try to understand and imagine about the story first. Okay, so what I will going to do is, this story you need to understand with imagination, right? So what I will do, this particular story, one particular story, that is, so why I'm doing this, you will be asking, right? So I am doing only for purpose is only one thing, folks. Okay, you have to understand the story first, what this particular comment is all about, and why this is main thing. So I will be not going to talk about the story. Okay, I will be going to discuss only the concepts part, all the things. Okay, I will be attaching that so that you can have a glimpse of it. You can watch later parts. Okay, 5 minutes 12 seconds or 13 seconds you will be going to see that. Okay,
I will never look at code comments the same way again after learning this. Imagine walking into a library, but instead of clear sections, you see vague and confusing labels everywhere. Sounds like a nightmare, right? Well, that's what over-commenting in code can feel like. Most people think comments are there to save the day, but but often they become outdated and misleading, just like those confusing library labels. The best code is like a well-written book. It explains itself. Instead of relying on comments, focus on writing clean, readable code. Give your variables meaningful names, break your code into small, manageable functions, and let your logic flow naturally. Think of it like giving each book a perfect title and summary. So next time you're tempted to write a comment, ask yourself, is my code clear enough without it? If not, rewrite your code instead of adding more labels. Remember, less is more when it comes to comments. Happy coding. Happy.
So let's skip the story part. So now we'll try to understand what this chapter 4 breakdown. Okay, so let's discuss on that first. Chapter 4 breakdown. Okay, this particular videos will be more longer video, folks, so try to be stick on the with this particular video. I have seen in the analytics part you guys are like skipping the video at the 1 minute part itself. So if you are watching this particular video, be calm and cool, sit on this particular video, try to take a notes in the Notion or whatever that is of your choice, you can choose it. Okay, so chapter 4 code explores how comments are oftenly sign of a failure. Okay, so chapter 4 breakdown in the short, what I wanted to talk about, Uncle Bob says that the uh, clean code explores how comments are often, okay, what he written is like clean code explode signs of explores that comments are the sign of the failure. Comments are, okay, comments are sign of a failure, okay, to write the expressive code. So this is the word he is telling. Clean code explores the comments are the sign of the failure. Okay, so this is what he is telling to write a expressive code. To write a expressive code, the comments are the signs of failure. This is what he is telling. Okay, try to understand what he is trying to say it. Okay, to write the expressive code. So to write the expressive code, what he is telling is clean code explores comments are sign of failure to write the expressive code. Okay, so he imagined like this is a thing which is happening according to his experience. Okay, so good comment is a rare and necessary evil. Okay, it compensates for the code that cannot be communicated and intent directly. Okay, so but comments can be also be dangerous. Okay, but comments can also be dangerous if they mislead the future developers or fail to evolve with the code. So in this chapter, what he is telling is like Uncle Bob talks about various types of comment, highlights why the most of them are bad. Let's break it down in a simpler terms within some examples. Okay, I hope you got the understanding what he is telling. Clean code explores the comments as sign of the failure to write the expressive code. What he is talking about is the comments also are the signs which might confuse future developers. Okay, so might confuse future developer future developers. Yep. Okay, so now what we'll be going to do is we'll try to understand what are the simple terms to understand this. And before going to get dive into this, and why the questions will be like why comments are harmful. Okay, so in your mind, coming to your mind is like why comments are harder. Why comments are harder. Okay, number one is they get outdated. Like we will just list it down and then we'll discuss. Number one, they get outdated. Number two, they can be misleading. Comments can be misleading. Okay, they means the comments can be misleading. Okay. And number three, they create the clutter. Comments create the clutter. Understand like that. Comment create clutter. All right. So I hope this might you understood what you have to do it. Okay. I hope this got like what are the why comments are get harder. So now let's try to understand they get outdated. Okay. First we'll try to understand outdated ones. What that does it that mean? Comments get outdated. Try to understand outdated if I'm talking about comments are getting outdated, that basically means. So if the code changes, but comments often don't watch, that leads to misleading information. So as the feature grows, might be you might be forgot to write the comments, right? So that might mislead the mislead the things. Okay, this comment will not oftenly grow basically. So that is the meaning of the they get outdated. Okay, so number two, misleading. Misleading means what? Comments get misleading. So what does it that mean? Misleading in the sense is bad comments or poorly explained comments confuse developers. Okay, if you have not explained why this particular function is all about, that might confuse the developers. Okay, confuse the developers. So that is only the thing I am talking about. Misleading, second number two. Number three, what you have to understand from this is they create clutter. Comment create clutter. What does it that mean? Okay, so comment create clutter. Okay, so what does it that mean? Okay, too many unnecessary comments, too many unnecessary comments can clutter the code, make it harder to read. Okay, like I will just give the examples of myself, right? I write some particular code and I will comment it out. So who will understand that what's the commented code is all about, right? There's this had been experienced by me itself. So that lead to learn this particular clean code. So that is why the I'm making a recording this particular video so that everyone can understand what this happens. What this comment create clutter? What happens is, let's say you wanted to add some another feature. You use ChatGPT, created the code, you wanted to add some, you commented whole code of above and you written the below code. Okay, so what happens generally, you don't know what's the upper part is all about, upper features is what, right? You don't know, then how you can explain to other people, right? So that is only the Uncle Bob is saying that whatever like don't comment. So this comments only creates a clutter. You don't explain, you have not explained what happened in above code, what happened in below code, so that this may can mislead the people. Okay, that is the main idea of comment create the clutter basically. Okay, so let's try to understand this particular way. Okay, let's try to take the examples so that you can understand what I am talking about the comments part. Okay, so let's get dive into the particular thing. Example of bad comment. Bad comment. Okay, so let's get dive into the particular code snippet, folks. Okay, so that will be I will be like there, you will be writing like this is a function, okay, which checks a function to check if user is eligible for premium services. Check the user eligible for premium services. Let's take an example like this, eligible for premium services. Okay, you return this comment, right? Let's say you return the function like this is very tedious task. Okay, premium eligible, Okay, eligible. I'm just giving you examples so that you can relate it. Okay, eligible user, eligibility check. Okay, eligibility check basically. So some bad code I am writing. Okay, eligibility check that everyone writes. Okay, I am just writing a user, then checking user is greater than 18 and user has subscription. I am here sudo I am writing checking if user age user age is greater than 18 and eligible for services. Okay, eligible for services, eligible user has subscription or not. Okay, not eligible user has subscription. Okay, I'm calling this function basically. So okay, try to understand if it is return true and return false. If it is not, will it, this is a proper way of writing what you have written, who others can understand if you have written this. Try to think, uh, is that this function expressing the intent what this function is doing? No, right? Why you are checking here? That is the number one question. Okay, so what, how can I design for this? Basically I will make it very minimal so that so anyone can understand this particular, this is not expressing any intent. Okay, so writing the expressive comments is to expressing the intent, right? So this is the way we cannot write. How we can refactor then? Try to understand how we can refactor it. So number one, we have to design a function in such a way that so everyone should understand. Okay, so what, let's suppose if I wanted to refactor this function, so I am writing in a Python. So what I will do, def keyword, then is eligible for premium services. Okay, instead of subscription you will write it as a premium services, then you will call as a parameter as user. So if it is eligible for premium services, why can't you do the return statement and check the condition over here, right? That is also the thing, right? Minimal thing. Why can't you do this return true return false? Why you are returning unnecessary things? If he is eligible, do this. That's it. Okay, so I hope you are getting the understanding. User dot age, just an example folks, greater than 18 and user has subscription, so he is eligible for premium services. User dot has subscription. Simple, right? Are you understanding why what refactoring we are doing here, right? So this is like two lines of a code where these functions will be going to do. It return true or false. That's it. It returns true, then it is eligible for premium services. Right. So for this particular thing, try to understand and try to visualize, is the comment is needed? Comment is needed for this, right? No comment is needed for this, right? Why you write unnecessary comments? No comment is needed. I have seen the people like to explain to the non-technical person, you are writing unnecessary of a comments or all the things. This is not a intent. Like initial times that is needed, but when the production goes, when the code grows, so that making the functions is important. Like what particular expressing revealing its intent. Okay. I hope this makes you very much clarity enough like what's this particular is all about. Okay. Uh, uh, I hope this is got the clarity. Now we'll try to understand about real world use cases. Okay. So I will try to take a particular scenario with particular bad practice example. So try to visualize it. Okay. So this is a mainly the people will be going to do. We'll try to understand real world use cases scenario. Okay, so we are from the past three videos we are doing the same thing. Okay, So try to let me know in a comment down below, where are you interested to discover another use cases, how you should think about the code bases. Try to post in the comment section below, folks. I will make a record on this particular video, so we'll have the real world examples and we will apply it. Okay, just watch the previous videos in which particular chapter you wanted to discuss a real world use case studies. Okay, let me know. Okay, so get back to the bad code example real world. What will I'm first only I'm telling. Okay, try to generalize it. Bad code example I will be going to tell you with respect to the Zepto case study. Okay, they are doing, I'm not telling. Okay, what are the key things examples I'm going to tell you. Okay, these things you should not do. Okay, so let's take an example of bad code. What you will be going to do is, like you will write the function like this, function to estimate the delivery time. Okay, okay, try to understand delivery time. Okay, so in this, what I will be gonna do is calculate time. I will be going to write calc underscore time per order, right? I will write it like this. Okay. So what I will do is time, I will write it like this. Try to visualize it, what bad code I am writing, so that you will understand. Okay. Order dot time minus multiplied by plus 30 minutes plus 30. Okay. So then you are returning the time. What do you think here we can do? What we can do the refactoring, folks? Comment down below, stop the video and take a notes and let me know. Okay, so if I am a person, if I am a like I am knowing the how to write the better comments, right? So how can I refactor it? So I will be refactoring totally the function name itself. See, one problem here is calculate time. What calculate time? Calculate time in what this function is doing, I am not able to understand. So what if I am in a senior position, what I will do is calculate have a clear function, folks. Okay, I am telling this will be the thing will happen, whatever sector it is. Calculate delivery time. Okay, so you will be writing the order time, not an order time, right? Not an order time, you have to write it like this. Okay, then what you will do, simple, write it order time into plus delivery buffer minutes, delivery buffer in minutes. Okay, if not 30 minutes, that may be like 50 minutes extra that may be happening. Okay, so order time, so what you have to do is you have to return order time plus delivery buffer time. Okay, delivery time buffer in minutes, time buffer minutes underscore minutes. Okay, understood, right? So this is like writing a minimal function expressive code. That is the this is the what I am talking about. Okay, instead of commenting, we made code self-explanatory by renaming the variables and the functions, right? This is what we are doing, right? Refactoring. Very simple. Make minimal and make a expressive code. That is only the this chapter is talking all about. Okay, I hope this got you clarity, right? So let me know in a comment down below, folks, which particular case study that you wanted to talk about. Now we will be going to dive into the key principle for writing a clean code. Okay, what you have to do, key principles for writing a clean code, what you have to do, basically what that particular he is talking about, right? So we will be going to take like key principles we'll try to understand now. So we understood about the case studies. So if I'm a beginner guy, how should I adopt this particular principle? Okay, so that key principles for writing clean code. What are the key principles that you have to have in mind? Whenever you are writing, right, explain in a code, like explain, there are the things that first I will talk about. What are the key principles that you have to do? First is explain in code. Explain in code. Second, short functions. Short functions. Third, avoid redundant comments. Avoid redundant comments. Let's understand explain in code what that means. Okay, whenever possible, avoid comments by using like avoid comments. Basically, explain in code what he's telling is like try to use descriptive variable names and function name as he saw in upper example case study, right? So uh, so avoid writing a comments, write expressive descriptive variable names and functions. That is only he is telling. Descriptive function, write descriptive function and variable names. Okay, that is only he is talking about. This particular principle is talking about short functions. So short functions basically means, right, keep your function short and focused. Okay, if your function is small enough, its purpose will be clear without a comment. Okay, so the function name should be focus. Function name should be focused and short. Okay, try to understand like that. Okay, I hope this like got clarity. Avoid redundant comments. Basically, don't comment on what is obvious. If you must comment, make sure it adds value. Okay, comment it out where you think that we have to explain this particular thing. Okay, whenever you're starting designing your classes, try to make it as a comments, descriptive comments, like this function is all about this thing, this function is all about this thing. Try to explain what are the features this class is able to do it. So like that he is talking about. I am not telling that I am not against about the comments, but avoid, like there I have seen the people, like they write the code, they comment it out, they don't write what this comment is all about, why you have commented, they don't know. Okay, so this is what you have to do it. Okay, so we'll like try to take a code comparisons. Okay, code comparisons. First of all, code comparisons. Try to understand now what comparisons we'll be going to do. Like simple example, folks, so that makes for if even if the beginner guy is watching this section, he will be able to understand. Let's suppose, let's take an examples of adding two numbers. Okay, adding two numbers. Uh, what beginners should write, like how you have to learn from it, adding a two numbers. If you are beginner, how you will be going to write is like def add numbers a comma b. Okay, return a plus b, right? Obviously you guys will be doing like this, right? Try to think about the clean code, how we can do this. A and b, what is a and b? A plus b means what a plus b is able to denote, right? So what we can do it, if we wanted to refactor it, like adding two numbers. So if I wanted to descriptively, if I write to, I wanted to design a function, so how we can do? Def what we can do, sum of two numbers. Okay, so what parameters we can give? Just tell me, folks. Okay, instead of a, we can write it as a first number, comma, second number, like this, right? Then we'll return first number plus second number. This is the way we can write it. Okay, instead of commenting it out after you come first day or 2 days after a month, you will not try to understand what this function is all about doing, right? If you're learning also, try to think about like this, folks. Okay, try to make a like this. I hope this is the thing which you understood, right? Code comparison. This is a bad way of writing. Just write it as a, name it as a bad code. This is a good way of writing. Okay, I hope this brings you a clarity more enough to understand how you have to write it. Okay, what the comments is all about. And let me know in comment down below, folks, if you wanted to see several about it. So several things that you need to understand this thing, that part, or altogether. So let me know in comment down below you wanted to discuss about particular sector or particular case study. So comments will give you a greater picture. Okay, so now we'll try to understand a bonus tip that I promise. As I promised, bonus tip about the VS Code and IntelliJ extensions plugins that you need to do it. Okay, so it that will improve your code documentations and the formatting. Okay, as I said in the VS Code extensions part, try to document it, folks. I am just naming it here so that that will help you out. Let me know if you want this particular thing, so I will give you in comment down below this particular resource. So try to don't believe only on the documentation, just whatever the video is, and to the end also watch it. Okay, so number one, this doc string generator. Okay, so take this extension to be attached in VS Code. Second thing is better comments. This is very good extension, better comments. You can just have it, this one. And third one, okay. So better comments, what it will do is makes your comment stand out with the color coding. Okay, with the color coding, better comments will be going to do it. Okay, so try to use this. Okay, let me know in a comment section below, folks, how to use this particular extension. If you want, let me know in a comment down below. So which particular do you wanted to learn about more about the extension, follow this particular principles, let me know, so that I can make a recording of this particular video. Okay, so another one is ESLint. Okay, so ESLint, one extension, another extension, basically what it is basically designed for JavaScript, automatically enforces the clean code practices. Basically this extension will be going to do. If you are a Dart kind of a person, like building a mobile apps in a Flutter, so there is another extension called Dart code. Okay, for a Python, that is a docstring generator. For a Flutter guys, the Dart code, there is one particular extension where it assists in writing a better Dart code and follows the clean code standards. Okay, clean code standards, if you wanted to maintain, so go and check out this Dart code. And if you are a IntelliJ guy, so in an IntelliJ you have to talk about this kind of an extension is better. Okay, in IntelliJ, there is a sonar lint. Just go and check it out. Second is check style. There is another extension. Third, there is a Kotlin plugin. Okay, this is not a sponsored video, folks. I'm telling, they have not sponsored me. I have used it, so that's why I'm recommending it. These are the extension is good. Okay, this is not at all a sponsors video. If it was a sponsored video, I would have talked in the particular, it is a sponsored video. Okay, All right, this is not at all a sponsor video. Okay, so try to understand about this particular thing. In this video, what we have explored about the chapter 4 of a clean code comments. We learned that comment should be the minimized, code should be the expressive enough to stand alone. We understood about the case study of a Zepto, and we see how bad code can lead to confusion, how clean code brings a clarity and easy of maintenance. Okay, so always remember, clean code is equal to fewer comment plus clearer code. Okay, try to understand this formula. Okay, clean code is equal to fewer comments. Few comments, try to understand like this: few comments plus clear code. Okay, I hope this formula you will apply it. Okay, so feel free to reach out to me if you want anything kind of a stuffs to discuss about. Okay, let me know in comment down below, folks. How do you like this particular video or not? If you like this particular video, please subscribe to my channel to get more relevant content. Basically, I'm not forcing you to subscribe it, but if you want such kind of a content to be see in future, so let just subscribe to my channel and grow. Support me regarding subscription, actually subscribing to my channel. That is only I'm talking about. I'm not taking any of the penny from your bank account or anything, but I'm just only one thing I'm going to asking you to do, the only one thing, that is subscribing. Okay, subscribing to my channel, that's it. Happy coding and do the wonders in your life, basically, folks. Yeah.